Assalamualaikum, ladies and gentlemen, and students of Sri Putri, okay, and also students of Uni KL, right? Okay, my name is Cikgu Yasmin, and don't mind the, what do you call that, the title, okay, because I just came back from Dubai, and every year actually I had the opportunity to go back to Dubai. It's actually my kampung. No, it's not my kampung. But I get to go every year. So, you know, people balik kampung at least once a year, right? Okay. So, I was asked in Dubai to speak about this world of 50-50 representation, getting girls into STEM. But the best part about this is, okay, do I look nice? Yeah? Okay. But the best part about this is, I teach in SMK Lasal Petaling Jaya. And SMK Lasal Petaling Jaya is an all-boys school. So, yeah. So what am I standing here for talking about girls when I teach boys? Okay? And yeah, we'll see about that later. So how did I get into teaching? Okay, because I was an engineer before. I was an analytical engineer. And when I was young, I really want to be a doctor. Because I think at that time, my parents were instilling this, you know, ideas. Because I think parents in those days, if you became a doctor, engineer, lawyer, you know, all these stereotype jobs, okay? So you're somebody, okay? And I got to be an engineer for 2 years. And then after that, does anyone know about World Trade Center? Do you know what happened to World Trade Center? What happened to the World Trade Center? Say again? Aha, Osama bin Laden, yeah. So-called, we don't know, it's a conspiracy theory, right? Okay? So World Trade Center is the Twin Towers, okay? So the Twin Towers collapsed on 9/11, okay, September 11. And that was in 2001. I think some of you here were not even born yet. Okay, so I was working at the time, and it so happened that the company that I was working with, they had like a trade, they have like a trading meeting in the World Trade Center. So when the World Trade Center collapsed, so the top members of the company also perished, okay? Basically they died in the event. So what happened to the company that I work with? So they asked they sort of like employ the concept of last in, first out. So last in, first out means if you're the last to be employed, you're the first that you have to leave. But I was lucky because I was in Malaysia, okay? And we cannot deny that stereotype. Many of my friends who took the same course like I do, okay, some of them wear, you know, tudung labuh, okay? So they couldn't get a job. I wear this tudung and I got my job initially as an engineer because I was the only Malay employed in the company. Okay, so what does that tell you? Meaning that, okay, in the world of engineering, girls are not really welcome. Okay, so you are there for a purpose. So initially they employ me as an analytical engineer, but they want me to write, you know, letters to the ministry. But after that, because I showcase that I can do more than writing letters, come on, okay? And of course, after that, I got my chance, okay, to build up my career. But my father was like, I don't see a point that, you know, you go on into this career of being an engineer. I think you should become a teacher because you talk a lot, okay? So you see the stereotype mind. I don't blame my parents because they don't have the wide knowledge. There was no internet at the time, and they are not well versed with the current world. They don't even know what I do, okay? Because they were like, you want to become an engineer? Why not a doctor? But I was like, no, it's good to become an engineer because I love what I did. Okay, so I became a teacher. You don't really go against your parents, right? So when I became a teacher, and that's when all the good things come in. Okay, just because I listened to my father. So listen to your parents, okay, always. Okay, so I got these awards, okay. It started with Global Teacher Prize. I was the first teacher in Malaysia and Southeast Asia to be nominated as top 50 finalists. Don't ask me what number I am because I don't know myself, okay? And after that, subsequently, Malaysia had to give me, icon teacher awards, STEM icon teacher award. So basically, what I'm trying to tell here is that emphasize here is that sometimes it may not be, it may not seem green, okay, on some side, that when I stopped being an engineer, it doesn't mean that my life ended there. Okay, I'm still engineering minds at the same time. Okay, so back to the topic that I was told to present today. Okay, so this excerpt, I took this from the EPRD, okay, and Pusat STEM Negara actually helped me to get this information. This is as of August 2018. Okay, so we can you see that these are the number of students, okay, girls and boys. The first column is boys, the second column is for girls. Okay, so if you look at the Form 4, so you can see here for science stream, this is for boys, this is for girls, okay. You can see that the number of girls taking or venturing into science stream is more than boys. And you could see here, okay, in Form 5 also the same. Okay, 16,000 students as opposed to 9,000 boys. So we can't really say that, okay, in Malaysia, we have lack of female representation in STEM, as opposed to the other third world countries. Because Malaysia, somehow they still label us a third world country, okay? So compared to the countries in Africa, we are doing quite well. So when I presented this in Dubai a week ago, they were quite surprised that we have about 70% representation in university, okay, for girls compared to boys. Okay, but okay, we know also, I don't have the statistic because this statistic is for the Malaysian MOE, okay? I don't have the higher education statistic, but I know that for a fact, after tertiary education, what happened then, okay? So I'm going to show what actually I did in school, okay, with my boys now, okay? Because I teach boys, so I have to empower them in STEM. Next. And we actually won an award, okay, this sports prize for hiking Kinabalu. Okay, let me see. Okay, minus the lady who's wearing the white shirt. I don't know where she come from, but she's like, part of the hikers, okay? Yeah, she was just in there. We were taking pictures and she was just, step in. So I can't crop her out. Okay, it's not fair. Okay, so you could see that. Yeah. Okay, you could see that there's only 2 female teachers. Okay, with a whole bunch of boys. I did this activity exclusively, okay, to empower my boys to understand girls better. Because I want them to have this empathy, okay, and also love towards us. My students call me princess because they were like, teacher, you're like a princess, because they have to pull me up sometimes, okay, in the jungle. And I was like, it's okay, you practice from now, okay, to be nice. So, yeah, okay, then this is when we met our sponsors. So again, there's only 1 female over there, okay? So you see now how we are outnumbered? Very much, yeah? Okay, and I also empower my boys when I did MasterChef Challenge. Cute, right? These are my Form 2s. Okay, which part of this picture that catches your attention? The cap. Why do you think they wear that? Because I made it a big point that, okay, they will be disqualified if they do not wear, headgear or cap. And they improvise, okay, because they don't want to be disqualified. Actually, all of them didn't bring. Okay, or boys will be boys. But these are activities that I do in class, okay, to empower my boys to understand what happened at home, to understand the hardship of cooking, because it's not all about them, yeah? And what do I do in empowering girls? Okay. Right, last year, we were invited, my school, okay, SMK Lasal PJ, to this Asian +3 Junior Science Odyssey Teachers Networking Program. That's a mouthful. Okay, next. Eh? Eh? Why do you say eh? That's your lab. Yes, that's your chemistry lab. I was invited, and we did this activity with Sri Putri girls. Okay, and this is our first joint venture between my school and Sri Putri, and 3 boys against 20 girls. Okay, and then boys were outnumbered. Okay, and my boys were really shy, but we managed to empower the girls with forensics activity. Next. Recognize your lab? Yes. Okay. Next. Okay. You could see Cikgu Adura, right? Yeah. Okay. You miss him. I think he's on MC now, right? Yeah, for about 4 weeks more. Okay. So, this activity, I see it's an opportunity between a boys' school and a girls' school, where my boys empowered the girls, and I teach them how to be polite. Because my boys in school, they're not rough, but they're very aggressive, I would call it, okay? Or they are very active, okay? But here they learn how to be tolerable, okay? So they learn the word about tolerance. Next. Okay, after tertiary education. So this is where, if parents are not aware, what is our responsibility, okay, in moving forward, okay, as girls in STEM? So our girls are still into STEM. You can take up engineering, you can take up medicine, but will you be caught up in life issues? Okay? Will you be caught up in life issues? You don't know that yet. But parents' perception is what you have to face. Okay? Like what I did. But I overcome that by still doing what I love to do. Okay? Still engineering minds. Although I'm a teacher, but I empower my boys, okay, to have more tolerance towards girls. And of course, the society's mindset. No matter how far you go in life, people will still come up to you and say that, bila nak kahwin, kalau tak kahwin lagi, right? Okay, or bila nak ada anak, kalau tak ada anak lagi. So these are the mindset of the society that we really need to change. Nobody will ask you, okay, how long have you been teaching? What is your achievement in life? Okay, what is your achievement as an engineer? Nobody asks you that. Okay, so I guess that it's a society's mindset that we have to change here. It's not the number of students in the science stream, because that number can be changed anytime. But as long as a society is still asking stereotype questions like that, you get angry at one point, but after that you felt that if this is what the society wants, I might as well, just go with it. But no, okay? We challenge ourselves to be better. We challenge ourselves to have more representative in STEM, but at the same time, we comply ourselves to the society. We don't forget our role as women who can empower our own family. Okay? Oh, my last point, monetary injection. My former principal asked me today this question. Okay? If we want to further venture in STEM, what about monetary injection? Because monetary injection is very, very, very powerful in ensuring students to pursue STEM subjects, whether in Form 4 or Form 5, or whether after SPM, in tertiary education. Because I could see that my boys now also, even though they took up science, okay, for the age of 16 and 17, but after that, when I asked them, what do you want to be? They came up with this one word: I want to be a YouTuber. Okay, study science for like 2 years straight, and then after that you want to become a YouTuber. How can I say no to that? Because money comes easy, right? Yeah, money comes easy. If you become a YouTuber, you become an, what is that word? IG Insta famous, right? Many of my students are doing that actually, reviewing products. Okay, so because monetary injection is not really there, parents are also not happy. If you study STEM subject, you have to put in more effort. You have to study more, right, for ed, maths, and chemistry, isn't it? Bio you can just read, but chemistry, ed, maths especially. So you need more time and monetary because you need to go for tuition. Or maybe after that, what do you do when you study ed, maths? No one knows, right? Because the information doesn't come to you. Okay? So this is also another thing that I'm trying to tell people, or I'm trying to educate the society. Okay? What are the career options after SPM? Because my students, most of them, they don't know. Even though I said, okay, engineering, you need chemistry and ed maths, they still don't understand. Why do I need ed maths? What is the calculation for? Okay, at least chemistry, maybe they could see. So maybe, okay, I do not know if there's legislators, the authorities over here that can change the mindset of society. But if we can, so these are the things that we can actually educate the public. Okay, I guess that's it. This is my current venture. I love doing bath bomb now. Okay, yeah. Okay, my boys love doing it too. And yesterday they said they want to put it into a public swimming pool in PJ. So if you read that in the newspaper, okay, you know whose boys, okay, are those. All right, so my special thanks goes to Puan Fauzia, okay, Pusat STEM Negara and EPRD for providing me with the information, my husband over there, my boys, and thank you to all of you for listening.